All right, to use Tesla versus not Tesla, there's two places to look. First is up here in this hide menu, and you can see I have incompatible and out of order hidden, but there's also if you need the adapter, so you can turn that on and hide that if you don't want to see Tesla superchargers that need an adapter, but I have an adapter, so I leave that way. And that's only going to change what you see when you scroll around. And you can see that there's chargers way down here. I have to keep going all the way down here to Phoenix somewhere. And there we go. There's some chargers right there. And you can see that, like this one right here, says it's a Tesla and adapters needed. But interestingly enough, there's one in Glendale that's I think this one right here, that is a Tesla that doesn't say adapter needed because that's the one with the magic dock. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, if you're trying to actually route and build a route and use them, then you've got to turn them on in the routing system itself. So if I say, let's navigate to the search, and there's recent destinations, and I want to search for, let's say, San Diego. SANDIEGO. And there it is, San Diego, California. And it's going to nav to there. And there's some Rivian chargers out there in the world. And it goes and it come back and it picked a couple chargers. If I click on this little upper here, you can see that it was adapter needed, or Tesla adapter needed, because I have that feature turned on. So if I go into this right here, you can see preferred networks are down here, but there's this avoid sites that need an adapter. So I don't have that turned on, so it will use Tesla superchargers that need an adapter. But if I don't have an adapter, I can turn that off right there and then say done. And it should come up with a new route for me as it's thinking. Hopefully it's thinking. And there it is. Oh, adapter needed. Well, that's not good. I thought I turned that off. Try again. Avoid sites that need an adapter. Yes. Is there a save on this? I don't think there is. I think you just do that. Oh, here it is. There's apply once. Let's just apply that once. And now it's going to go look, and it's going to give me with Electrify America. And that's all it really did. One stop. Electrify America in Quartzsite and calls it a day. Does a longer run that way versus the two charges that it did on the Tesla, just because it was shorter legs. But anyway, that's it. Now, if I go back and I can turn back on adapters, let's say I do like that. Now, there's no here. You got to go over here to General and then say apply once. And then bingo, bango, you're back to the routes with the Tesla superchargers. I find it very interesting, though, that it does use this Tesla supercharger in Quartzsite. And if you come up here to the Quartzsite one and you zoom in really a lot, you can see that right across the street from where it's putting on the Tesla supercharger is a Rivian Adventure Network Rivian Adventure Network charger, but it's preferring the Tesla charger. And if I click on this right here, it says it's still rated an A. I just know that it's actually much more expensive than the Tesla charger, even without the Tesla membership. So I would still use a Tesla charger just because I'm cheap and might as well get as cheap as electricity as you can get, considering that Tesla is just as reliable as Rivian or vice versa. They're both very reliable. I do find it extra interesting that in both cases of the routing through Quartzsite, neither chose the Tesla charger or Electrify America, and never chose the Rivian Adventure Network, which is right there in the town. And I've used that Rivian Adventure Network about 8 times or so, I think, if I look at my history. And it works perfectly fine. It's just the most expensive option in town. And the Tesla is cheaper and the Electrify America is cheaper. So maybe it actually has some price optimization built into it. I'm not sure why it wouldn't pick the Rivian Adventure Network. In fact, in my preferences, I choose or prefer Rivian and Tesla, not Electrify America. Yet it didn't pick the Rivian in quartzite. I just find that interesting.